Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group. The 4 ways we're going to talk about today to save on monthly housing expenses. Now, we have had a viewer submitted question that wanted to know this information, so we just turned the viewer submitted question into our show. But we want to thank today and welcome to our show. You know, today is National Bigwig Day.
National Bigwig Day.
Who would have ever thought that a viewer named Billy Bigwig. Billy Bigwig.
That's what's on his birth certificate.
Has submitted a question to us today, and we're going to go to Billy Bigwig now and find out what his question is. So we'll take Billy. We thank you for submitting your question. We're going to take your question, and then we'll come back.
And again, if any of you guys would like to do a video submitted question,
go right with it.
Send it to us.
Bring it on. So we're going to take Billy Bigwig's question, and we're going to come back and talk about 4 ways to save on monthly housing expenses. Let's turn it over now to our good friend, Billy Bigwig.
Hey guys, I've been watching your show for a while, and I was just wondering, it seems like you all know quite a bit about houses, so I was wondering if you could tell us anything that would help us to save on our monthly bills around the house. I know my power bill's been outrageous. Thanks, and have a good day.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our good friend, Billy Bigwig. Billy, we sure appreciate you asking that question today. We're going to do our best to give you the information that you need. We've
put together a little list here.
Yes, we've put together a little list of our opinions, Billy, that we'll share not only with you, but we will share again with our viewers in the Lakeway area and our viewers from around the world. Billy, we sure appreciate your question. So Billy was saying that, you know, stuff's expensive, right?
Yes.
Power bills is going up.
My power bills went up.
Whose power bills went up? That would have been a good question.
Let's see. Show our hands.
Yeah, whose power bills went up? Most people, I saw a lot of people have like doubled.
Mine doubled.
You know, like double. I mean, I've seen like $1,000 plus power bills. So Billy, wonderful question coming in from Billy Bigwig today. That's an outstanding question. So let's talk about it. Let's give not only Billy some information, but let's also give our viewers some information. So we're going to talk about, since Billy asked, 4 ways today to save on your monthly housing expenses. The first thing I'll tell you before we actually start giving you those 4 things is all of this information that we give you, it's our opinions. It's not any kind of legal advice, so on and so forth. You'll want to consult the proper people to do that, but we're just giving our opinions here today on this show. But the first thing you need to think about in your housing expenses, there's a lot of expenses in a house that people really don't even think about it. Now, our good friend and mega agent Kim Roberts came in before the show started, and we didn't even tell her what we were going to be talking about today. And I said, we're going to work that in. But Kim gave us a tip and talked about receipts. And for any of this stuff that you do, that you may do today to help yourself on these monthly housing expenses, Kim told us you ought to tell people to keep the receipts. That way, if they ever go to sell their house, they can show other people, look what I've done to my house. Great idea, great tip. So that's a tip that's not part of our 4, but we give you all the information we got. So on anything you do, though, you need to make a plan, You need to come up with a plan, because it literally is, you can't really just do one of these things and think your power bill is going to drop or your expenses are going to drop. You're going to literally have to have a plan of what you're going to do for your expenses monthly. Most people, when they're buying a house and looking at a house, they look at the payment. They look at, well, this is going to be my monthly payment. And they really don't think about, again, the power bills and the insurance and the appliances and all the stuff that comes and goes with owning a house. Those things are kind of left out. But again, you can do some things that'll help you save on those monthly expenses. So here's number 1. And again, these are in no particular order. These are just our opinions. Here's number 1. You need to think about attic and pipe installation. Insulation at all. Floor insulation. Matter of fact, just this past weekend,
Friday and Saturday,
I breathed enough insulation like I believe my body is now insulated. Because what did you do?
I insulated my floors in my basement.
The floors in the basement, we spent, along with Dad, our Friday evening and Saturday, and insulated their floors again to save on heating costs.
Because after my power bill doubled,
you had to do something.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get some insulation.
Yes.
And my garage and my basement.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and insulate those floors.
Yes. So you need to think about those things, and it's a good idea for you to kind of take a look around your house,
right,
underneath your home. Have you ever looked underneath your home to see if you?
A lot of people's never been in the attic.
I was going to say the attic. We've known of people before that have been.
Andrew Myers, he's on here. He can tell you he's had people come look in his attic, and they told him he did not have adequate
insulation. So again, that can really affect, again, not only your power bill, but it can affect on like your heating and cooling system,
bill,
making them work a whole lot harder, which again is driving that monthly meter. Billy, I hope you're watching this, by the way, Mr. Bigwig. That will drive your cost just up through the roof, and it happens so many times. So that's number one. Think about insulation.
And they said even like your pipes, insulate if you got open basements like I do.
Yes.
Insulating your pipes because that water going to the hot water heater and everything else is just causing the hot water heater to work more.
The colder or warmer that it is, the harder that it is for the whole system, which leads us to number two. What's number two?
Number two is insulate your hot water heater.
Insulate the hot water heater.
Go get you one of those, and I've done this. Go get you one of those blankets.
It's made for that.
Right, it's made
for that.
And just wrap it around there. That'll keep it to where your hot water heater's not having to overwork itself to keep your hot water set at the right level. A lot of people don't know, but your hot water heater is supposed to be set at 120 degrees.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, so set it at 120 degrees. A lot of people think, I'm going to set it higher so I get hotter water.
Yeah, or longer or whatever, but it works harder.
Yes.
Works harder, which again drives those monthly heating and cooling expenses and everything else. It drives those up. So again, these are just some tips.
And if you have a tankless water heater,
don't
matter.
No, you don't need that if you got the tankless. This is just your standard hot water heater that we're talking about here today. What we're giving, we had a question submitted today by one of our viewers, Billy Bigwig, and Billy asked us what are some things that people could do to save on their monthly housing expenses. We've gave you the first two. The first two being attic and pipe insulation. The second one being, again, insulate your hot water heater and the things, lower the temperature that is around that. The optimum temperature is 120 degrees that your system needs to be set at. I want to go back to the poll question again because there have been a lot of people that just came in. We want to let you know today we've got a poll question we want you to participate in. We'll talk about just a little bit later here in the show. But the poll question today is, what do you think are the top three dirtiest, nastiest, germiest items that are in your home? You continue to give us some really good answers. We appreciate that. We'll talk more about that.
And also for you people just joining, we need you to like, share, and invite.
Yes, so I'm looking over and I'm seeing there's 20 people on right now.
Right.
So if the 20 people right now would like, share, and invite, it would really help us spread our message,
and
right?
just for the record, our most live viewers is 33.
Yes, absolutely.
So if the 20 people that's in here would invite,
bring one,
or share, we're going to break our record.
We're going to do it. So we're going to do that today because you guys are going to help us. So the top two, insulate your attics, insulate your pipes, insulate your floors. Insulation can help you. The second one, insulate your water heater, get it to the optimum temperature. The third one is, and I thought was a really, really good idea for you to think about today, is everything now, by the way, smartphones, smart TVs, smart this, smart that.
Thermostats.
Absolutely. So here's one of the things. Use what's called a smart power strip with your electronics.
That's a good idea.
What a lot of people don't know is the TV, the DVD player, the Xbox,
everything
the PlayStation, anything plugged in to a power strip, to the outlets in the wall, uses power. Even when not turned on.
Even when they're just in like standby mode.
Even in standby mode, they still are sucking power that, again, is driving those monthly expenses of your heating and cooling bill, so on, your power bill, driving that up. So you can get what's called a smart power strip, and it actually prevents that from happening.
Yeah, like if you hook it to everything that's hooked into the TV.
Yes.
If you hook everything into that one power strip, when you cut the TV off, it cuts everything.
It cuts the power.
Right.
Literally, and they're not sitting there pulling that power.
Right.
Because think about it. DVD players, video game systems, again, anything that, but your TV, when it's plugged in of the day and you're going to work all day, you're going 8 hours, it's sitting there pulling power and you're paying for it.
Right.
Why not cut that thing plumb off?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another way. That's your third way that you can save. What's the fourth way that you can save?
Okay, so we've got down here, ensure your home system your home systems and appliances.
Yes.
In other words, a home warranty.
Yes, get you a home warranty.
Yes, if you don't know about a home warranty, man, I think they're great.
We need to do a show on
We need to do one whole show.
Yes, on a home
about
warranty.
home warranties. They are great. They pay for themselves. It's a yearly. Let me make sure it's a 1 year service agreement.
Yes,
and you pay monthly.
Right, or you can pay by the year.
Yeah, or you can pay by the year. I think you get a little discount if you pay by the year. Or you can pay monthly.
Yeah.
But basically, they cover everything about your house, your appliances.
Yes.
I mean, all that stuff.
Because again, looking at your monthly expenses, a lot of times your heating and cooling system, your refrigerator, your microwaves, those things aren't working properly, and you don't even know it.
Right.
And then you have a breakdown, and there goes some expenses up.
Right.
Then you got this big monthly bill to get this fixed or
pay
buy a new one or whatever.
Right.
The home warranty can really help you
So when
with
you
that.
call your home warranty, like if for instance, my dishwasher just a month or so ago was leaking. Mm-hmm. So I called my home warranty. They sent a guy out. I paid like a $60 service fee.
Yep.
And they either have to fix it or replace it.
Or replace it, yes. Again.
Mom and Dad actually used one for their heat pump.
Heating and air system.
They got a new inside and outside unit.
Yes. So, again, that's something, these are just some ways, some opinions that you can do.
And a lot of people think you can only get those on new homes. That is not true.
You can, the existing home you're in right now, you can get a home warranty on. Don't care if you lived there 100 years, you can get a home warranty on that house. If you'd like more information on those, there's several companies that's out there. We'll be glad to give you all kinds of brochures and let you talk to and pick what one fits your, because there are some different bells and whistles on different ones of the companies. We're not endorsing any one particular company. There's a lot of them, and we'll gladly give you the information of all the ones that we know, or do a quick Google search, ask Siri, and she can tell you some home warranty companies that are out there. So again, that, Billy, we hope is the answer.
And another one that's not on the list,
Go with it.
Ella just made a good one, seal off cracks and openings around doors and windows. That's
Absolutely.
great. Have somebody come out and caulk
check
around
it.
your windows. Yeah. And then one that I just thought of is, because it goes back to making your heat pump work harder, is changing your air filters.
Absolutely. That's a big one.
We try to get in a real good habit of every month when we pay our power bill, we know, okay,
change
it's
it.
time to change the air filter.
Change the air filter in the furnace. Another thing you can do, again, lower your heat and air by 2 degrees. You know, that will help you, those kind of things. There's a lot of things you can do, a lot of research. We just
this
wanted
time
to
of
talk
year,
to
lower
you.
your thing 2 degrees and wear a long sleeve shirt.
That's exactly right. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. So we thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.